So hello guys, welcome to Java JSON, and in this video I am going to cover 3D array in Java. So 3D array is nothing but multi-dimensional array, we can say. Okay, a multi-dimensional array in Java is a array of array. So that means array of array where each element in the array is a itself in array, which can be any dimension, maybe the 2D, maybe the 3D, or maybe the 4D, so on. In other words, multi-dimensional array is an array that contains other array as its element. Okay, as its element. Here is some example of declaring and initializing a 3D array in Java. So for example, I want a 3D array. So that time I can take the help of the 3s square bracket, and I can specify the what is the column, what is the length. Okay, so this is the row, and this is the column, and this is the height. So this is the three things we can see, and just assume like a cube. We know the cube, like how cube will look like. So same thing it will behave, not other than that. Okay, so let's me go to the something called as pictures. So I have saved it, or a screenshot. I will show you how cube will look like. So if you see here how 3 dimension will look like. If you create one dimensional, what will happen? It will create in one line of the array, and it will divide with the multiple parts, and its individual cell will be store the value. If you go with the 2D array, we can go with the rectangle part, and in that part we have a combine of the 1D array. Okay, so this is the 1D array, 2D, this is the second one, this is the third one, this is the fourth one. So like that we can create a row and column wise 2D array. Same thing if you go with the 3D array. So in that situation we can go with the second dimensional array, first dimensional array, third dimensional array, and like that we can create one cube form, and that is also a array. Okay, every cube we can make itself a array. So that is possible because array is very important, and as of now if you know the first dimensional array, second dimensional array, so that is enough, not required more than that. Okay, that is enough. Okay, let's go and understand what exactly the we are doing in the 3D array. Okay, so here is the example of declaring and initializing a 3D array in Java. So you can see here int square bracket cube equal to new int row, column, and height we have given, and through that we can created one 3D array. And how much value is able to store this array is 27. Why? Because 3 multiply 3 is 9, 9 multiply 3 27. Okay, so this array is capable to store 27 value. How much? 27 value. If you create 2 which is 2 2 ja 4, 4 2 ja 8, so that is capable to store the 8 data. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let's go to our notepad. Okay, and this is the 3D array I have shown you. So for example, I want something like 2 by 2 array, 2 by 2, 2 by 2, so 2 multiply 2 multiply 2. Okay, so this is one of the array which is 3-dimensional array, 3-dimensional array. Okay, so whenever I write a first dimensional array, what I have written? I have written like that, one square bracket. I will show you the exact code. Int arr square bracket, and I have written new int. I have specified the types, like how many value it will store. So this one is capable to store only two value, it is the single dimensional array. If I create two dimensional array, int arr, two square bracket, I have to give new int two dimensional array. Here I have to specify row and column, so 2 and 2. So this is capable to store how much value? 2 to the 4. So we can create 2 by 2 matrix form. Okay, so this is capable to store 4 value. Same thing if I want to create 3D array. Okay, so I have to write 3 square bracket equal to new int 3 square bracket. In the 3 square bracket I can specify row 2, column 2 and height which is 2. So now this is capable to store how much? 8, which is 8 value. This is able to store. 2 is here, so 2 to the 4, okay, and 4 to the 8. So this is capable to store 8 value. I'm right or wrong? I'm right or wrong? Absolutely right. No issue in that. Okay, we can store it. So if you create 2 by 2 and it will become 4, and after 4 every top of that you have to store one more value. So again 4 value you have to store, then only it will form as a cube. Okay, so it's nothing but it's a cube form. Cube form it will look like. If you go with the single, so this is something like rectangle form, and this is look like a single line of array. Okay, so I hope you understood. Okay, fine. So this is the 3 way of the array we know how we can declare it and how we can utilize it also. Okay, now we are going to discuss 3D array in Java, how we can do work with this one. Okay, so for example, I want to store 8 value in the array of the 3D. We know in the 2D or we know in the 1D, but we don't know the 3D, how we can store the value. Okay, so while storing a value in the 3D, we have to follow one principles. For example, for storing a 1D array, what we are writing? We are writing like that, int arr, okay, equal to a square bracket, and we are writing whatever the value we have, 1 and 2. So this is the 1 dimensional. If I go with the 2 dimensional, I have write arr, one more square bracket, and open the square bracket. For the first dimensional, open the one more square bracket, which is the second dimension will represent. So I will write 1 comma 2, okay, a square bracket close, and one more I have to specify, okay, which is what? 2 comma 3. So now this will become 2 dimensional array. Okay, I hope you understood. So in the every elements in between we have to give comma, also in that in between you have to give the comma, so it will become 2D. If I want to write a 3D, what I have to write? Int arr, square bracket 3 times. So and then after you have to open all curly braces. This is the open one. Inside this we have to create one array. So for example, it's a 2 by 2. So first I have to create 2 by 2. Let's take example and separate with the comma. Okay, this is one array and this is one array. Okay, right, same thing, it's a 2D right now, but we need to make it a 3D. So go inside this, again go inside this, and here you have to specify like 3 by 3 array. So if you go inside this and if you write the value which is 2 by 2, we need to do it. So here you can write 1 comma 2, this is 1, and separated with comma, start one more, which is 2 comma 3. Okay, so this is the 3D dimensional we are creating, and here also you have to specify 2 by 2. So here you have to specify like 3 comma 4, and with comma separated you have to write what, 4 into 5. So what I am writing here, first I have written the 2 by 2 array. So those it's look like, if you remove this line, and if you think it's look like a 2D, and inside this I have created 2 by 2. So now it's able to store 8 value, and that is nothing but this is the 3D array. Okay, same thing if you want to create a 4D, 5D, anything, you can go with that and you can create how much you want. So this is the 2 by 2 3D array, and this is the 2 by 2 2D array. This is 1 by 1 and 1D array, you can say. Okay, so this is the way to format your data in the 3D. Okay, if I want to write something like 3 by 3, so int arr, okay, and for example I will write here 1D, here I will write 2D, and here I will write 3D, here I will write 4D. Okay, but this is the 3D, and this is also 3D I am going to create, but 3D only, but 3 multiply 3. If I want to create, what I have to do is I have to write, previous one is 2 by 2 I have created, that is fine. If I want to create a 3 by 3, what I will do is I will write int arr square bracket, and then after whatever the square bracket I have, inside this I have to go with the 3 by 3. So first create 1 comma 2 comma 3. So this is the one array, 1D array. Inside this we have created 3 by 3. So 3 by 3 is done as of now. You just specify the element inside this, it will done, but not we have to create the 2D array. We have to create a 3D array which is 3 by 3. So inside this also you have to specify 3 by 3. So now actual concept will be started, comma comma comma. So this is 1 3 by 3. Okay, this is the second one. So if you start here, comma comma comma, so this is another one. If you start this one, so this is also start with comma, curly braces open close, and curly braces open close. Now you can see properly, it's look like a 3D 3 by 3, 3D 3 by 3, 3 by 3 array. What we have to do now here, we have to specify the element here, which is 1 comma 2 comma 3. Here also you have to specify 2 comma 3 comma 4. Here also you have to specify 3 comma 4 comma 5. Here you have to specify 4 comma 5 comma 6. Here you have to specify 5 comma 6 comma 7. So this is something like that we have to prepare the value. So 3 3 3 9 3 3 3 9 3 3 3 9. How much? 27 value you can store here. So like that we can create a 3D array which is 3 by 3 dimensional. If you want to create 4 by 4 dimensional, you have to do like that only. For example, if someone told like, hey, no, I don't want to create that much, I have to create 2 by 3 or 2 multiply 3 or 3 multiply 2, anything. Just take 3 multiply 2. It's possible? It's possible. 3 multiply 2, 2D array. 2D array. How we can do it? How we can do it? Simple. So if someone is asking about this one, what we can do is we can create one array. For example, int arr, and we know like we have to create a 2D, so go with that one. Open the curly braces, and here you have to specify the value. So how we can specify the value? Okay, if you go with the like that, like if you create new int, and here if you want to specify, so here you can specify this is the 3 which is row, so you can put here which is 3, and this is the column, so you can specify here 2. Those are the column. Okay, now you have to create this array. Okay, so you can write int arr to square bracket. Now you have to specify the value inside this. So you already know ki like I have to create 3 row. So create 3 row, and each row having a 2 element inside this. So blindly you have to open 3, because this is the row will represent, this will represent the row. Okay, inside this you have to give to value, which is 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. So this is 3 by how much? 3 by 2 matrix. What is this one? 3 by 2 matrix. Okay, 3 row, this is the row, this is the row, this is the row. Okay, 3 row and 2 value which is column. Okay, 3 by 2. Now if someone told you, can you create this same thing into the 3D? So just change it to 3D. To 3D. What you can do? If you want to change this into the 3D, okay, so what you have to do is just copy it, okay, and go down, paste it, and here you have to specify 3D. So go with the 3 square bracket, okay, 3 square bracket, and here also you can specify something, and based on that you can put your value. Okay, so I hope you understood what is the 3D array and how we can do work with this one. Okay, let me do something like do the practice on that. So let's go to do this one. So I'm going to create 3 by 3 by 3 array and like 3D dimensional array, and in that I will put some data like how we can form the structure of those, and then after how we can put value inside this. Okay, and then we can see next. Okay, so let's go to the STS. So let me open. So this is the what we have created is 2 by 2 array, but now we are going to create one more class which is 3D array. 3D array. Okay, com.array type name is not valid. Okay, so always I have to start 3D array. Okay, so we have created one class which is 3D array, and you can see here it's created. Let me create one main methods. Main method is also created. Now I want to create one variable which is array and which is 3D array. So what I can do, I can create int arr, and I have to give 3 square bracket. Now you can create the 3D array in the 3 way we already know. So one way I will going to discuss, like directly put the value inside this. Otherwise you can take the help of loop also, and you can iterate and you can put the data inside this. Okay, can I do the with the loop? Yes, sure, you can do. So let me create a new object for that. So new int. Okay, so this is 3, this is 3, and this is also 3. Okay, so this is the 3 by 3 by 3 array object we have created. Let me create one for loop for that. Okay, inside this create one more for loop, because we have to do the work with the 3 for loop. Okay, if it is 3 day, we have to do the work with the 3 for loop, and I have generated 3 for loop right now. So let me rename this name. So 1 minute, my system is not responding. So let me take this one is a k, and this one is also k, array dot length k plus plus. Fine. So this is the k I have changed. Okay, fine. I j k. So this is the 3 things. I want to take the value from the users and store inside this. So don't take too much big here. If you take big, it will take so many time to insert the data inside this. So do one thing, which is 2 by 2. Let's go with the 2 by 2. Okay, 2. Fine. And here you can take the help of the scanner sc equal to new scanner system.in. So we have taken this loop. Okay, and we have created the scanner also. Let me print s out enter. So I will display one message, enter 2 multiply 2, which is a 3D array value. So as a developer, you have to be careful how user can understand those things. You have to iterate. Okay, and our array is already created. We have printed the message also, we have created the object of a scanner also. Now only one things we can do, you can store the data inside this. So how we can store? Just write arr of I j and k. Okay, equal to whatever the user is given the value, just take this value and store inside this. How it will iterate? Okay, someone try to iterate it and try to give the output also. Okay, also this is the one things. If I want to print those data, nothing, just copy these things, just copy. So this is take the value from the users, take a value from users code in 3D array, in 3D array, and same thing, do what? Print the 3D array. So print the 3D array. So same thing code I have written, but here we have to write one line which is s out. Okay, and here you can go array of I, array of j, and array of k. Through that you can print each and every element. And I want one more things, like once this loop is completed, let me print one ln. So s out, let me print. So take the value from the users. So how we can store the value inside the 3D? Let me run this code and see how it's look like the console. Okay, so we can see the console. Now I'm going to enter the value here. So first I will enter 1, 2, 3, okay, and 4. This is the one lines, and also with the height also. Here I will enter 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our value will be entered. If I enter some more than that, let me run one more time and just enter something random value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. It's not given those value. It will only take first 8 digit and it will store it. Okay, how it's taking the value? If you ask me like how it will look like, so you have to create a structure in your mind and you have to visualize this, because 3D dimensional we can't see properly. We have to visualize it, then only you can see like how value will be stored here and how we are printing this value. Okay, so I hope you understood as of now whatever I discussed with you, how we are taking the value from the users and how we are storing it, how we are doing the operations on that. Okay, let me discuss something more about it. Okay, so this is the things I hope you know about it. Okay, one more things, like if user don't want to take the value from the users, so how they can put data directly inside this. So if you want to put the data directly inside this, you can remove it. Okay, open this one and here you can specify like 2, 2, 2. So first create a 2, because you have to create a 2 by 2. So this is the 2 by 2. Inside this you have to create 2 by 2. Okay, so create it 2, 2, 2, 3. Okay, so here also 2, 3, 5. This is 2. So this is the one. So if you go and just break it, so open this one and here you can start, and one more you can start. Okay, so basically this is the structures you can see, and also one more, close it. Okay, so this is this line of the code, this will go to that place, and this is the closing only. So let me go here. Okay, remove this one. So this one and this one is both are the same. Here we have to put some data. So let go one back, and here you can put some data like 3, 5, and in the next bracket you can put 5, 6, 7, something like that. Okay, so this is the format basically you can see. Okay, so this is the 3-dimensional array. So what I have done, I have created first one. Okay, this bracket, if you see, inside this I have created 2, 2, and then after every 2 having a 2, 2. So this is called 2 multiply 2 multiply 2, which is 8 value it's able to store, and this is called nothing but 3-dimensional array. Let me print so that you can understood better way. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 5, 5, 7. This is the value you can see in your screen. Okay, I hope you understood how to take the value from the users and how can we do the operations on that. Okay, if you have any questions still, let me know. I will explain each and everything very depth. Okay, but as of now it's fine. You just go and do some numerical questions based on the 3D, or try to resolve it. If it is not, then please contact with me. I will definitely help you. Okay, in the next slide, if you see here, this is the value we are going to store, which is for the 3 by 3, 3 multiply 3 multiply 3, which is 3D arrays syntax. Okay, so you can see here. Next we have a jagged array in Java. So jagged array is very important. Okay, so if I talk about jagged array in Java, okay, so what is the jagged array basically? Okay, let me go down. Okay, and go to the slide. Okay, so here you can see anonymous array, jagged array in Java. So basically in Java, a jagged array is an array of array where each sub array can have a different length. Each sub-array have a different length. Jagged array are also called a ragged array or irregular array. So people maybe say like ragged array or irregular array. So you have to understood like, okay, this is the jagged array only. Jagged array are useful when you need to represent a table or matrix of the data where each row has a different number and columns. Okay, what is the meaning of that? Different numbers and different columns. Let's see the example. So here is the example, jagged array in Java. So for example, we have created one array which is 3 by something. So something we don't know, but we know we have a 3 row only. So row will be fixed, but whatever the column we have, that will can vary. No issue in that. Okay, that will vary. So if we are going to create 3 by 3, you can say 3 by 3, you can say 3 by 4, you can say 3 by 5, 3 by 6, 3 by 8, 3 by 10, anything you can create through that. Okay, so if you not given this value which is 3 by something which is blank, it means that dynamically you can put how much data you want here. Maybe the 3, maybe the 4, maybe the 5, anything. Okay, and you can store the data. That means jagged array. Okay, here if you see jagged array, this is the reference variable of 0. We are storing one array which is 3 element. Here if you see jagged array index number 1, we are storing only 2 value. It is possible, no issue in that. In jagged array reference number 2, we are storing the 4 value. That is also possible. And finally we can print those elements also. In the jagged array of the 1 0, we can store the data and element also. So this is something we need to understand, like what exactly is jagged array. So let me go to this one. Okay, and here I am going to write jagged array. Okay, jagged array, array. Okay, so this is the jagged array. I want to create one array which is 3 by 3. So int arr, like that, new int, and that's it. But one more thing is, make sure this row value is compulsory. You have to give. If you not give this value, okay, definitely you can get some problems and it will not work out it. Okay, so this is the blank as of now we have given. In the previously we have given 3 by 3, 3 by 2, 3 by 4, like that. But now we cannot fix it, we can give it dynamically. And I want to store the value inside this. What can I do? I can store the value like that. Just see it. I can store 1, 2, 3. Is it possible? Yes, why not? That is possible. 1, 2, 3. In the second line, I will store something like that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. In the sum line, I want 1 and 3 only, or 2 only. I don't want to put something. I want 1 only. I want 1, 3, 7, 6. Like that. Like that. So like that structure, this is not a fixed structure of the matrix, but still you can able to store this value also inside the array with the help of jagged array. If I show you this value and if I tell you like, can you please confirm me what is the matrix, you can't specify it. Okay, so this type of the data which is dynamically we can store inside the jagged array, and that is the features is very important. Based why it's important, because it will occupy only the memory which is required. It will not specify the memory which is not required. Okay, so this is the benefits you can take from that. Okay, let me create one more class which is what? Jagged array. Jagged array 2D. So this is the 2D only. So here I have created. Okay, fine. Let's create one main method. Okay, fine. Control Shift F, and inside the main method I will create one things which is jagged array. So int arr, okay, and in arr I will give one more square bracket equal to, here I can specify the data. So I can specify in some places like, hey, 1 comma 2. In the sum of the places I will specify, hey, I want to store 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, hey, in some places I want to store something like that. Okay, like 2 comma 3 comma 5. It is possible? Yes, definitely possible, no issue in that. So this is called jagged array. Okay, if you want to form this, you can write int arr, okay, and a new int, and here like how many rows are there. So 1 2 3, so you can specify here 3 because row is mandatory, and you cannot give column, that is also fine. Here you can give 1 so that it will not become duplicate. Okay, so this is the way to store the data of the jagged array. Okay, for example, I want to remove it. Okay, and the index number something like let me store some value here. So I want to store here in the array some value called arr of 0 and arr of 0 and arr of 1. Okay, I need to store some value. Okay, so for example, I need to store some value here, so I can store it. Yeah, no issue in that. Okay, you can store some particular value in the particular index numbers, but I don't want to store value, I want to store the array. So what you have to do is you have to write array of 0 equal to new int, and you have to create the array which is something size maybe the 2, or those array you can store inside this like 2 comma 3. Okay, here if you see it's getting like new int 2, which is size I have given 2, and we are trying to store this value. Okay, so here we no need to specify the size also. Okay, directly you can give the value. In the sum place I want to store something like that. Okay, so index number 1, index number 2, it's a 3 by 3 only, so only 2 index is possible, so I will remove this one. And here I want to store something like 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Here I want to store only 3 5. Alright, that is possible. Yes, definitely this is possible, and we can store the value in that. How we can print it? So for example, we have some classes, and one classes we have to store 3 elements of the student. We have a 2 students, so we can store like that in the 2 students. Some classes having like 5 students or 10 students, so we can create dynamically array and we can specify it. Okay, and classes will be fixed, like in the one college having only some particular branch only, and every branch having a different amount of the student. So for that we can use this jagged array. If I want to print this jagged array, I will write one for loop. Okay, int I equal to 0. Let me generate this, no need to write all those code, we are a developer, so just write for array index, it will go array dot length, okay fine, which is 3. And every time one more things you have to do here, which is very useful. Every time j will be iterate, not 3 times only, we have to iterate this array of I dot length. Okay, because every array of index value length is different, someone having a 2, someone having a 10, someone having a 4. So based on that we have to display all those elements. Okay, so let me write s out, and in the s out I will write what I will write. I will write arr of I comma j. Okay, and one more things, I will give the space here, and maybe if you want comma you can give, otherwise no need. Okay, and remove this ln here and write after this loop. Okay, so we can see clearly jagged array format. Okay, let me run this code and you can understood like how this will look like. So if you see here, in the first line we have stored 2 3, second line this value, third and this value. So like that we can store the data, no issue in that. If you are trying to store like array of 3 or something which is index is not available, okay, and if you try new int and something, if you try to give here and if you try to store, this is 5, just 5, and if you run it, you can see some exception you are getting. What exception? Index out of the bound exception, 3 out of the bound exception of the length, because of we have fixed the length which is 3, which is row. So row will be only 3, which is the starting index is 0 to 2. You can't consider 3. So this will give the error. Okay, array index out of bound exception. Okay, this is the runtime exception. Okay, so if you store like that, that is called jagged array. So based on our requirement we are storing the data. It's not compulsory to store 3 or 4 data. We have given the option here, but this one is fixed, but this one you can dynamically store how much you want to store. Okay, so I hope you understood what is the jagged array. Okay, let me go with the slides and we can check. Okay, this is the anonymous array. So let me see the anonymous array also. So this is the jagged array. You can see how we can create it. Anonymous array in the Java. So in Java, anonymous array is an array that does not have a declare variable name. So declare variable is not there. We can directly put the data inside this. So this is the anonymous array object, you can say. So int array numbers equal to new int, and we have directly given the value. We have already seen so many places we are giving like that value only directly. So that is called anonymous array. If you want to print this, you can print like that. Okay, I hope you understood. Working with the array in Java, basic syntax. So working with the array in Java is involve several operations such as creating, initializing, accessing and manipulating the array. So you know how to create array, you know how to initialize the array, you know how to accessing the array, but still you don't know how to manipulate array. You know basic things, but you don't know how to manipulate the array. For example, I want to do the sorting, I want to do some manipulations. So those things as of now you don't know, but I will try to cover in the upcoming videos and live classes, like whatever the logical question is possible based on the array. I will try to cover it, and I will show you like how we can manipulate the array and do the work with this one. Okay, creating an array, you already know how to create an array. So this is the way to create an array. Int numbers equal to new int, which is the 10 variables. Initialize the array. So just go with the slide, you can understood what is the initializations and how we can initialize a object. This is the accessing array. So through the array reference or whatever the index value we have, through that we can access the particular array. And modifying an array is something like in the particular index number we are putting some another value. For example, if you see int numbers 1 2 3 4 5, I want to change the index number to variable. It means 0 index, 1 index, 2 index. I want to replace 3 with the 10. Change the value of the third element to the 10. That is possible. That is called modification. But this is the basic modification. We have to learn more about it, like how we can do the modification exactly like in the real time we are doing. Okay, iterating over the array. So while iterating an array, we can go with the loop. That is the one things. And apart from this, we have so many other loops also, like enhancement loops. We can go with the enhancement loops. We can go with the something like traversing one by one. So when we talk about the something like list or collection, that time we can cover those things. As of now it's fine, just go with the loop. We have 3 types of the loop, so try to use those loops and try to iterate over the array. So this is the array and we want to print all those arrays, so we can try to run for loop up to the length of those particular array and just print it with the index value. Okay, This is something like to create a program using a Java, you can follow these steps. So these are the steps you have to follow. First, declare a array. Without declaring array, you can't initialize the array. So first declare the array, then initialize the array. Okay, decide the size of the array. So size is the compulsory whenever you are creating the array, because array is having a fixed size. So don't forget to give the size of the array. If you not give the size of the array, it will give the error. So populate the array with the value using the loop. How we can print the array value using the loop? So you have to know about those things. Access and manipulate the elements of the array using the index value. So always we are trying to fetch the data and manipulate the data of the array using the indexes. So you have to understanding about the indexes also. Perform the operations on the array such as sorting, searching and filtering. So on the array, so for example you have a one array and you want to do something like operation which is sorting. So we can discuss the sorting also, we can discuss the searching also, we can discuss the filtering also. So we can filter the data from the array also. So here is the some example. Use the calculate the average of set of grades. So whatever the value having array, you have to add those value and you have to print it. We have to find out the average of those particular array. Those things also we can cover in the logical questions. As of now it's fine. Let's go with that and we can understood. This is the structure how array will look like. So for example you have some array, so you have to talk about the indexes, then after whatever the size, and based on the size we have to iterate the array. If it is end, we can go out. Display array in Java. So whatever the array you have, you want to display, you can go with that and you can display the array. This is the linear search of the array. So linear search I have already discussed in some other video which is live classes. So how we can search the some particular element in the particular array. So we have like some elements and we are going to the search those elements in the array, it's available or not. So we can find out like that. Okay, so this is the step flow diagram. This is the linear search. You can see we have a one element 5 and we have to search like some value. So for example 5, so you have to write a code for that. So this is the one you can write. This is the your task. Okay, do it. In the next upcoming lectures I am going to create this diagram and I will do the operations with the reference object type. For example, I will create one student data type, and based on the student class I will create one student class. I will make those class as a data type and I will create an array of those student, and I will store multiple student in one array, and then after I will show you how we can store the multiple student in one student array and how we can print it, how we can maintain it. So those things we can cover in the upcoming lectures. And this is the basic questions which if you are interested, please go with that and try to practice it and try to do it. Okay, that's it from my side. Okay, in the upcoming lecture I will definitely create one like mini project with the help of the array and I will definitely show you. This is the mini project I will cover. Okay, so this is the mini project I will cover based on the array, and I will show you like what is the importance of the array in the futures. Okay, so don't forget it, try to practice and try to solve these all questions, then only you can understood in the proper way Java along with logical question. Okay, thank you so much.